All right. Okay. So, all right. Hi, dear Leo. It's you. That's you, Leo. This is Tarot Lumination here with your May 2017 general forecast. Okay. This is just a general thing. Okay. We're going to do love and relationships soon for May. So hang in there, please. Okay. I just want to mention a few things. Please read for your sun, moon, and rising. Okay. Also, Leo, I would like you to watch the general report for the whole month for all of the signs. It's more to do with the planets. It just helps you get a better understanding of your personal, well, not personal, but the general readings for your signs, okay? Now, Leo, something special is going on for you guys in particular because the North Node is moving into Leo itself. So, since none of us have ever lived through this before, probably in the last 18 to 20 years before, it's going to be very interesting, Leo, if you have any exciting stories to tell us over the next year or two as we live through all of this together, because we're all on the same bus with you. Your story is going to be different to our stories, but because you're Leo, we all want to know what's going on with you, okay? All right, Leo? Because you're kind of the star right now, star on the bus, okay? So anyway, please look at the North Node in Leo playlist for yourself, all right? So now, with May, um, there's a lot of big shifts happening right now. Just doing these readings alone here, there's about 5 different cusps that we're living through right now, with the sun just moving into Taurus, and Mercury going into Aries. Venus just came out of retrograde. Mars is going to go into Gemini. And Pluto's going to flip stationary retrograde as well in the next couple of days. So that's a lot of stuff, okay? The big fat patterns that we just talked about in the general report is the big fat grand fire trine, okay? That's beautifully, beautifully supported for you, Leo. You're so freaking lucky. It's almost not fair, okay? And even that Libra Aries Capricorn hard T-square, it's probably not so bad on you because the Libra Aries stuff is so much in your vibe anyway. There's a hard square as well with Sagittarius on Chiron and Pisces. But again, it's just like, it's kind of like you're getting off easy, I think, compared to a lot of people. I don't really know because I'm not you. For all I know, you're going through hell. But there's a lot of good energy happening out there that's very supportive for you, Leo. So I'm hoping that you take full advantage of this month coming up, okay? Now, I did a lot of shuffling earlier, but I'm trying to keep it going till the very, very last second. I don't read reversals, so don't call it out, please. I don't do jumpers, so don't expect anything. So we're just going to get straight into it, okay, Leo? All right, here we go. Super fat cuts. Oh, God, whoa, here we go. Wow. Woo, that was a big one. That was extreme even for me. All right, here we go. Here's like the overall vibe, okay? And here's where you're coming from, okay? Where you've been. Here's where things are right now. Here's where you're heading, okay? And here's how you're going to deal with things moving forward, because by the time you get to here on this journey, you're already facing into the unknown. Things can get a little bit wobbly. Most people are scared of the unknown because it means it's a threat to the status quo. So that's why we want to figure out how to handle it, how to move forward. So what lies ahead? What's coming at you? What are you going into? What's coming your way? Okay? It could be in your whole world around you. Here is kind of like a hope and fear thing, because as you set off on these journeys, which is what it's all about, there's natural excitement and hope, but there's also fear. It's understandable. It's the same. It's part of the same equation. So that's why it often comes out in one card. And here's where it all seems to be going. Well, we're going to figure it out anyway. So in the background, we have weather. This is just what you would call, like, I don't know, spiritual weather. It's there. It's just like going to the Weather Channel and it's out there. And look, I've already seen it. I've already seen it. And you might be one of these amazing people who knows how to create your own weather in your own life, in your own world. And that's awesome. We're all very jealous of you, Leo. If you're like the rest of us and you kind of let the weather be and you just try to go with the flow of it, that's great too, because that's really about all the rest of us can do anyway. So right now for you, we have the Knight of Wands, and this seems to be very appropriate. This is really fiery, this very, very strong fiery energy charging forward. And it might be the feeling that you're getting with, like, let's just call it the spiritual weather or the planetary weather that's around you. You might be getting a sense of, like, if you open the front door of your home and you look outside of you, and in terms of that, intuitive consciousness, like, wow, this smells good. This could work for me. Yeah, this could be good. This could be really, really good. This is my chance. This is my moment. I'm going to grab it. And that's true. And that's how I'm feeling it for you anyway, Leo. So this is very um, compatible and complementary to the vibes that I'm already getting for you. Okay, so this is good. It's affirmative. It's very affirmative of the energies that already seem to be apparent. And you would have every reason to want to take advantage of it and go charging forward. Just be careful you don't, like, in all your spirit and inspirational enthusiasm, you don't, like, stomp on people or start showing off to the point of being a complete, like, pain in the neck, like, oh God, like, you're just going absolutely nuts. You're awesome, Leo, but, like, we already know you're a star, so just don't overdo it, kind of thing. It's okay. It's okay. I don't think you're going to do that, Leo, but just watch out, because you could be so fired up. You could be just so fired up that you kind of, like, it turns into that negative aspect of Leo where you become the egomaniac. Everybody look at me. Everybody watch me. See how awesome I am. And if you don't understand it, you're probably a screwed up wimp loser. So don't go there, all right? So anyway, I hope I didn't hurt anybody's feelings. Sorry about that. I got carried away, but there you go. So what's the general vibe? What's going on, Leo? Whoa. Okay. Okay. It's the ending of all endings, so that's great. Maybe it's like the end of a massive chapter in your life and the beginning of a new one. Okay? Actually, this pertains very, very strongly to the Leo North Node energy. This hasn't happened for 19 years, okay? And it's starting all over again. Let's just look at it this way. If you're a really young person and this is your first time through the nodes, that's awesome. Like if you're 19 or 20 years old or something and you're just seeing this would be a very, very epic realization that you've just lived through 19 years of an epic, epic journey. And now it's going to start all over again, okay? This is like, it's just like the feeling of wow, I did it. I actually made it through to this point, and now it's going to start all over. And you've got the forces of the universe. You've got the energy of heaven behind you. You've got everything going for you. Now, if it doesn't actually feel that way for you, like in your mundane three-dimensional world, that's understandable. But you have to understand with these readings, it's very much about the intangibles, the spirit energy, the, the healing power of love that moves through our life, the currents of energy. I'm not talking about winning the lottery or am I going to get a new car or when am I going to get a college loan or anything like. I'm talking about the core energy behind all of life. Okay, so this is very, very epic. It's like the end of the end, a grand completion, complete complete harmonious balance. Everything worked out just fine, even if it was full of catastrophic disaster. That's all part of the epic journey. And guess what? You get to start all over again, okay? It's like having, like, if you think of your life as these, like, what do they call them? Those movies that come in packages, like the trilogies or the fives or packages. You've lived one epic chapter and now you're going on to Leo 2, Leo Mark II. The new upgraded Leo is going to start unfolding very gently and very surely, very, very surely. So where have you been coming from? Whoa. Holy shit. Leo, you're... Okay. Well, I am very jealous, I have to admit. If you're coming from a feeling of like being blessed and happy and having it all, that's great. If this is what you want because you didn't get all that, then that's awesome too. Because you're going to have a chance now like never before to come in with this. If this is what you've been wishing for, pining for, working for, aching for, and you're carrying this energy with you, the Ten of Cups, which is almost like ultimate happiness, happiness in everything, like home, family, kids, money, got it all, everything, okay? You're very, very aware of like the rainbow of life. It's absolutely beautiful. And if you've been living as if, in other words, Leo, if your life hasn't been all that, but somehow or other you've managed to like go deep inside and somehow every single day manage to come up with a way to convince yourself and your world that I am happy. Not only am I happy, I am obscenely blessed. I am a very lucky person. Fact. I am a very wealthy person. Fact. I am a very happy person. Fact. I am a very blessed person. Fact. And even if it wasn't all that, according to some people's measurements, the fact that you have declared that and you've been living as if, it might as well be this, okay? So that's kind of like living as if kind of energy. That's how I feel this, Leo, because it's actually hard to be like this all day, 24/7, 365. But if you're carrying that much love and joy and happiness and radiance inside of you, Leo, and you can spare a little bit for the rest of us, including Terra Illumination, please, please share. We're all grateful. We're very, very happy to soak up some of your light and radiance and abundance, okay? We want what you got, okay? We want to be you. So anyway, where are you right now? Okay, that's pretty cool. So you're kind of like, you've realized that and you are ready for the next part of the journey. So no matter how choppy it was, no matter how convoluted and up and down, and you went through this piece of shit and you came out and had this awesome thing happened, and then these people screwed you over, but you recovered and you came to your senses, and then you screwed yourself over through self-defeating behaviors, but still somehow or other you prevailed and you learned so much and you realized that that was all part of the journey, and we are going to move on because it's going to start all over again, okay? And you're moving on to new horizons, people, all right? Not just people, Leo. This is for you, Leo, all right? So this is pretty good news as far as I'm concerned, as your reader, to tell you. You're bringing all the good stuff with you, okay? Like from the South Node energy of Aquarius energy. We all have that South Node point somewhere. Like wherever the South Node, it's going to be in the 0 to 1 degree mark. Oh, it's going to be, sorry, in the 30, the 0 to 30 to 29 mark over the next month or so. So whatever treasures from the past that you have with you, dear Leo, you're going to bring all those forward with you. That's the gold. That's the treasure. That's the good stuff. And you're going to leave everything else behind that doesn't work. All the falsehoods, the fakery, the lies, the deception, the betrayal, the sufferings that constituted your history, all the chapters of that epic journey that were the shitty, scary chapters. And you're going to take all the good stuff that you've learned and you're moving forward. Okay, that's really, really good news. It's like starting a whole epic life all over again. Okay, so where are you heading? You're heading into this. Whoa, man. You know what, Leo? What I'm thinking is that somehow or other, deep down, you've got something that not a lot of us have, okay? And you know this deep down inside you. And I think it's something to do, again, with the North Node in Leo coming up. I think somehow deep inside you're realizing that, my God, this is my moment to shine, okay? The Queen of Wands is feminine energy, so if you're a guy watching this, forget the gender. Just imagine you're tuning into the feminine aspect of yourself, which is possibly very, very powerful. Just imagine this as the very, very, like the super positive side of Leo. If you're moving forward and you're facing into this and you are kind of coming into your own mastery and like even though you're typically not very shy about being how awesome you are and stepping into the limelight and being the star, with this North Node thing happening, you might be called upon to rise higher and shine brighter than you've ever done before. So that could be a challenge, all right? However, since this energy is very supportive of you and it suits you very well, it might be that you're going to fit in with the flow very, very nicely, to the point where it's almost like you really are that radiant and that abundant. You are willing to wear the crown and the robes of all this amazing, like divine inspiration and be there not just for you. This isn't just about you. This is like really shining bright, bright, bright for the rest of us, living by example and sharing your inspiration, your passion, and showing everyone else what it's like to live that way, because a lot of us just don't know. Okay, we really, really don't know, and that's why kind of why we count on you, Leo, to show us. I mean, typically Leo energy is associated with creativity, risk-taking, fun, excitement, romance, um, creative passions in business, art, music, and writing, and performing, being the rock star. Okay, so if you're getting that urge, that feeling, and it's bubbling up inside of you, like, you know what, I freaking want to go crazy. I want to be the rock star of my own life, the pop star of my own life. And I just want to go freaking nuts. I want to bust it all out. And that's cool because someone's got to do it. In fact, if you've noticed, the whole world gets turned on by pop stars and movie stars and epic movies. And somebody's got to do it. And who better than Leo? All right. So what was I thinking of the other day? You know Adele, that girl singer? A lot of people like her. She's had over 1.5 billion downloads on one song. I mean, not downloads, views, or whatever it is, okay? Whatever it was called. Welcome to the other side. Hello, or something. I forgot. But anyway, someone's got to do it, Leo. And if this is where you're heading, uh, and you're not feeling shy about it, then don't hold back. Literally, let it all rip out and share it all with us. In other words, it's like being the rock star on the front and center stage, and you're in that glorious moment where you do your mosh pit diving and you throw yourself to the audience and they love you and they hold you and they cherish you and you revel in the love and they revel in loving you. It's very, very inspiring for all of us, okay? It really, really is. We get off on this stuff, okay, Leo? So don't be shy. I mean, I don't probably have to tell you, but if you are a shy Leo, then don't be shy, Leo, okay? All right, so how are you going to deal with all this? This is a lot of heavy, powerful, strong energy. And this is very feminine energy. Look at this. Look at this. God. Okay, I'm going to get into some statistics here because Terra Lumination is still very new and very young, very immature and evolving, and it's going through massive, steep learning curves. But some of the statistics show that 79% of the viewers are women and 21%, wait a minute, yeah, 21% are male, okay? So if you're a guy, don't worry about it. Tune into the feminine energy anyway. If you're female and you're watching this, the way to handle this epic evolutionary step is to just, it's almost like go berserk. It's almost like turning yourself into Madonna or Lady Gaga or whoever is the latest, like, hot babe, pop star, rock star, movie star, Jennifer Lawrence or somebody like that. And just, or even if you're a guy, just turn into the most awesome movie star, pop star persona you can imagine. And again, live by example. The way you do it is literally just like diving off the stage while all the lights are on you, and you enjoy that and be that, and you revel in it. You absolutely like revel in being beautiful, being abundant, being the shining light, being radiant, being fertile, being creative, being inspirational, being beautiful, enjoying the lusciousness of life, enjoying all the rewards of being awesome. In other words, the spoil. It's something, it's not the spoils, it's the adulation, okay? It's very hard not to love the Empress. She is so freaking deliciously yummy, so seductive, so beautiful, and like, what is it? What's that expression? Girls want to be her, guys want to do her. Something like that. No shame. Radiate. In other words, the way to move forward is to literally just flourish. Take center stage and be all of this. Take center stage and be. Start a new movie. It's just like being a movie star who had their epic moment in the limelight for quite a while, and they've learned so much from it. Then they had a little break. You know, what do they call it? They take a sabbatical, or it's called resting. You know, big movie stars are resting. And then you start all over again, okay, new beginnings, and you rise to the next level, which is even more awesome than it ever was before. So that's how you do it. That's how you evolve, okay? It's just like a freaking fireworks display, okay? The biggest, baddest, and best ever. Like the best, like whatever, like a Taylor Swift concert or something, or the best EDM concert vibe energy you've ever indulged in. Okay, let's get back down to earth a little bit. Maybe it just means like being really nice to yourself. Okay, get that manicure pedicure thing, get some new clothes, treat yourself really, really nicely, pamper yourself, be deliciously self-indulgent for every now and again, because that makes you feel so good that you can radiate this energy. All right, sorry, I got so carried away there. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to bring it back down to earth a little bit. So what lies ahead? Oh, I knew this couldn't go on forever and ever. So awesome. What lies ahead might be as you come to that moment of spectacular, like the grand moment at the show, like the big hit song or the big kiss, the big movie kiss on screen, that big moment, that big romantic moment that everyone's been waiting for, and it happens. And at that moment, you suddenly discover, oh boy, oops, things aren't exactly all quite the way I thought they were. And now that I'm up here in these blinding lights and I am on center stage and all the lights are on me, I'm becoming aware that things are not quite what I wanted, quite what I expected, and I don't want to know right now. Okay, I can't handle it right now. I don't want to know about this right now because I'm having so much fun. Okay, that's understandable. It's okay, but at some point we're going to have to deal with this, because going back to the tarot illumination theme, which is kind of more my energy, which is all about the love and the healing power of love. As you go on your epic journey, dealing with that. Hold on, let me show you. I was hoping this wouldn't even come up in the conversation, but for the Leos, this Pisces is very much, let's see, March, I can't remember. But the sorry, it's over here, isn't it? Right. Uh, the Saturn retrograde is pounding really hard still on the south node, Chiron in Pisces. And that's all very cool, but this energy is here for you just like it is for everybody else. And this is the south node where we are leaving right now. So this might be what we are referring to here is just like the remnants of everything that is not working, that is not quite right. And that's being exposed by being in the limelight. In other words, the lights are shining so bright that it's impossible not to hide whatever's not working. Okay? So, like I often say, you have to reveal it to heal it. So you might simply by accident of fate, you might be revealing what needs to be healed in the journey simply by being who you are, okay? Being radiant, being abundant, and showing your full self and sharing your full self with everyone else, including all your flaws, could be what is lying ahead for you. And that's okay, because that tells the rest of us that you're human too. You're not a god, you're not superhuman, you're just like the rest of us, only just awesome, okay? We're all awesome too in our own way, but you just are really, really good at it. And it's okay. It's almost like you're walking into the energy of being a rock star, pop star, movie star of your life, creator. And in so doing, everybody discovers that you are deeply flawed like the rest of us. And that's what makes you human. That's what makes us love you. Okay? So don't be scared of this if this is what you end up having to run into and face into, because we all deal with it. So don't worry too much. And eventually we will deal with this stuff and figure out how to heal what needs to be healed. Okay? So what are your hopes and fears here? Oh, okay. Well, if you're hoping that this all works out in tangible ways, that's understandable because you could get so fired up and worked up about the theater and the drama and the creativity and being really nice to yourself and living through an epic journey that you kind of lose touch with the day-to-day reality. It's understandable. Uh, but my other feeling is that it's like if you, let's say, let's take it down to earth a little bit. Let me get off all the big sparkly stage stuff. If you actually live through this epic journey honorably and respectably and in a very dramatic leonine way, and you do it very courageously and inspirationally to the point where you're an inspiration for others, that's great. That's great. But it really helps if it can all be done in a way that has substance, okay? In other words, who wants to go to a rock or pop concert where it's all sparkles and lights, but the music is crap? Okay? I mean, you go home very empty and dissatisfied. You think, that was just a big pile of noise with fireworks and laser beams. Whoop-de-doo. What we all want deep down, Leo, is, and we're not saying you don't have it, but if you're going to go up there, and when you go up there and you become all of this, and you do this and you love yourself to the maximum and you shine and you show the rest of us what it's like to fall in love with yourself and be that shamelessly, it has to mean something. It isn't just a big vanity ego trip. It has to be genuine, okay? And if you're scared that you're just going to be like a vacuous, lightweight, frivolous piece of, you know, confetti, that's understandable. But deep down, I think you know that you're going to actually bring it down to earth and make something substantial out of it, okay? Because you've got it inside of you, okay? Okay, Leo, you've got it, and you're going to bring it, and you are going to deliver it, and you're going to make it real, okay? Don't worry, okay? It's going to be fine. How's this going to all, where's this all going? Oh, look, look. That's really, really weird. It's almost like Leo, you go on, you step out onto the stage. Let's just, okay, I have to keep going back to this, like, you know, glamorous movie star type analogy that we're using here. And because it's inevitable, it is going to happen. It's not going to be like how I'm telling you here in this reading, but you'll feel it in your bones where as the North Node moves into Leo, you are going to be pulled and drawn upon to come into center stage and be that light. Not only light up yourself, but be that light for others, okay? And in so doing, you might come to this point of like gasping realization, like, oh my God. I kind of had a feeling it would be this way, but now I'm actually here. It's freaking weird and freaking scary because I'm actually living it. And I am that. I am all of that. And it's not anything like what I thought it would feel like when I'm up there. Okay? And so it could be a very, very humbling experience. You know, from our perspective, pretend we're on the evolutionary bus together, and you're over there in that seat, and the Sagittarians are over there, and the Cancerians are over there, and the Geminis are over there. And you've just come to the realization that the journey for you is becoming even more Leo than you are already. And so you walk into your role authentically, and that's very noble and good. And because it comes very naturally to you anyway, and you're fully prepared, okay? You've got so much going for you that it shouldn't be a problem. It's just that pretend you're a kid and you've just figured all this stuff out, and you decide, it's my turn right now. I'm going to stand up on the seat, and I'm going to say, everybody, look at me. Watch me. Look at what I can do and how I can do it. I am this awesome. And you do it. And everybody loves it. And they go absolutely freaking crazy for you. Wow, that was amazing. And instead of you going, oh, wow, that felt good, you start to actually feel like, holy shit, what did I just do? Oh my God. And it kind of sends you off into almost like an out-of-body experience where, like, actually, that was very, very humbling. I just learned stuff that I never knew before, and I never even knew I was going to learn it. I was just being me. And all of a sudden, it's just like, oh my God. Now, that's okay. In this reading, from my perspective, dear Leo, this is fully appropriate, and it would make sense because you're heading deeply into the unknown, and you're having to do it on a scale that's bigger than anyone and everyone else's, okay? So if you kind of have a moment of discombobulation where you're like your eyes pop out of your head at the realization of who you are and what you're doing, that would make sense. It's perfectly okay. We love you anyway. That's part of this. It's the realization, like if you suddenly have a complete breakdown and fall apart in tears because of your own awesomeness, it's okay. We're going to love you. We're going to embrace you for that, okay? It probably doesn't make sense to you now. It might not even make sense in this reading, but we're going to love you for being totally open and full of heart and sharing and bringing all this with you and sharing that with us. Even if you don't understand that you're doing it, we do, because we're the observers, okay? We're watching you, Leo. We're watching you. All right, Leo, I hope you get something out of this. Watch for your sun, moon, and rising. Watch the Leo North Node videos. Watch the Saturn return videos. They're very important, okay? And have a wonderful May. Bye-bye.